Hey guys, just Tanya here, founder of the TNG Designs Group Limited. Welcome back to my channel. Now, you probably would have seen in my previous video of how to literally start Canva. In today's video, we're actually going to look at how to design a logo in Canva. So, let's get started. So in today's video, as I said, we're actually going to be looking at how to design a logo in Canva. Now, the way to do it, if you already know how to set it up, perfect. If you don't, make sure you go ahead and watch my previous video, which will help you to get started in a very quick and easy kind of way. So let's get straight into it. Very straightforward, and here we go.
Oh, I think I know one. It's another A. Let's think. There we go. This is quite a cool little font. It almost looks like an updated version to Courier. If anybody knows about Courier, it's in a proper old school type of font that really has a nostalgic feel to it. I really like the look of this font because for me, it brings about the idea of Courier. And sometimes Courier can actually be made quite cool. So never underestimate the old styles. So let's try this Ahmano. I think this is quite a cool little font. It still has a kind of characteristic that does not deviate from the actual main title of their business, but it still carries an equal balance to the look. So I really quite like that. Let's deselect. Yeah, I quite like the way how that's looking. Let's just move that down a bit. Okay, let's go with that. That could be our second option. And let's go for the third and final text version. Now let's try and change it up completely. So if you saw previously, you would have seen the different types of font pairings that you can actually choose from. And let's actually have a look at using a serif font. Let's have a look at London. London's a really huge and bold font, and a great font that has quite a good stance to it as well. So let's try that. Now, I think this is a little bit too... Let's keep the spacing for a while. Let's just change the font size. I think about there pretty much does it. Have I even changed it that much? It's just a smidgen that I changed it. And sometimes you'll find that as you're testing different elements, you may literally just do a little change, but it's that little change that makes such a big difference. So don't be afraid of that. And actually, I don't actually mind that font for the strapline in this lockup. But you know what? Let's go ahead and change it anyway. We're gonna just change it up and let's see what we can come up with. Let's go to our main font list and let's see what we have to work with. Oh, I remember one. Let's try, there it is, the Laura. This is a cool little option as well. And sometimes when you're font pairing, don't feel that you have to deviate from using another serif font, for example, in this case. Or maybe you want to use two sans fonts. There's no shame in that. And also, make sure, as I said before, that your hierarchy always remains to be the main name of your business, not the strap line. So don't use a bolder or a heavier weight for your strap line, but do use it for your main title. Yeah, I'm going to change that up. So let's go back down here. Maybe, let's have a look. Let's see if... Let's just do a little swap. Maybe the Lavella will actually work here. Oops. Actually, I don't mind that. Look at that. Sometimes all you need to do is just swap things around and you get the look that you're going for. Now, okay, cool. So, as you can see, I'm just going to zoom out. We've got 3 different versions to work with now. And in doing that, we've actually really changed up the look of our complete logo. And that makes me actually wonder, does this emblem still match what we're trying to do? maybe it doesn't. Maybe we actually want to change things up. So do you know what? I'm actually going to go ahead. I'll keep a version. I think I'll keep this first version with the same emblem, but I might change up the next two versions, and let's see what that looks like. So let's go to our elements and let's just have a little rummage. Let's sketchy flowers. Very interesting. Let's have a look, see what's going on here. Some beautifully bold colors here, and I think I do want to have a bold brand. Maybe it's as simple as that. I'm going to use it, seeing as it's dropped itself right over it, I'm going to use it for the second version. Let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that initial emblem, and let's go ahead and resize this new one to suit. Let's see what we can. I actually don't mind that. That may work. Who knows? And maybe we want to just turn it around or put it at a little angle. Maybe there's something there. Okay, that's a little something. Daisy's Garden Services. But equally, it also has a little bit of a poppy feel. So we want to be mindful that we're not representing a charity. So this is something that you've got to make sure that you do with your own logo. As much as you like an image or an emblem that you've chosen, be mindful of what it could equally be represented as. So that's just a little something I'm going to be aware of. And maybe we just rethink it. So maybe. No, I don't actually like the little tail there. So do you know what we could actually do? If you also double click on your image, you can go ahead and crop it. So you can crop out certain sections. Maybe we just want to use a section of this. Let's see what that looks like. Is it even relevant? Keep it relevant to your business. This is not relevant. So we're going to go ahead and delete that. Okay, so we're back, folks. So I literally just had a little play around with each of the elements and brought in items that I was trying to make work with the actual theme of what we're going with for Daisy's Garden Services. So obviously we want to make it about foliage, but at the same time I didn't want to use leaves. I wanted to use a bit of a floral sort of emblem. And these are the additional items that I actually chose. And you know, as much as I am okay with these colors, you do actually have the option to change up each of these elements. Again, that's how flexible Canva is. So say for example, I'm not too happy with that particular pink. I actually want to just change it to gray. And maybe I want to go ahead and change this mid-tone pink to maybe, let's try a little blue. Let's really go out there just so you can see and understand what it is that I'm talking about. And then equally, say for example, I want to go ahead and change up that darker color red. Let's go ahead and just use a lighter color. And there we have it. We've instantly changed up our logo to suit the coloring and the style that we actually want to go with. And this, incidentally, is how we start developing what our brand colors are as well. Whatever we use for the logo will then translate in through the rest of the brand materials. So anything to do with your business card or your Connect card, as I said before, that I actually like to call them, all the way through to your letterheads and other additional stationery and other promotional collateral as well that you're going to be using for your marketing materials. This is where your colors actually start to stem from, and this is where you start to bring together the idea of your brand. And equally with this option here, we've kept it very monotoned or duotoned even. And let's say we want to go ahead and change up these colors. Maybe we want to liven it up even more, or maybe we want to tone it down. Let's try toning it down. So we've chosen the lighter color. Let's start there, and we're going to just use a few gray tones. Maybe we want to go ahead and do that. So let's see what we can come up with. So as you can see, the logo is slowly but surely, the emblem, sorry, is actually slowly but surely changing. And then the final color, let's go ahead and just use black. So we've turned it into our black and white version. Coincidentally, this is something that you need to make sure that you are able to do. I'm sure I've mentioned this before in some of the videos. You should always, always, always have a black and white version of your logo. So this is a great way to actually implement that and to make sure that that happens. Change up the colors to suit for your emblem as well as your text into a black and white version so that it can go on to other variations of colorful backgrounds. And then also equally, should in case you ever have to be featured into an editorial that does not allow for color, it's always, always, always great to have a black and white version in your back pocket so that editors can easily be sent it and use it and still maintain the quality of your logo. So, do you know what? I've decided no against this black and white version. We're not going to do that just yet. We want to go ahead and undo, and let's bring back the colors. I actually quite like the way the color tones are working with the color of the daisies, the garden services, and the live, love, nature phrasing. So I quite like that. So there you have it. So we've got 3 options to now work with. This is where we start to decide, do you know what? I actually want to go with this version. Or maybe I want to eliminate one and let's just stick with 2. And as we put it onto items, we're going to understand exactly which of our logos works better for us. Because as much as we see our logos in concepts like this, it's equally better to see it actually in action. We actually want to see it on elements like the Connect card. We want to see it on elements like the letterhead. So this is where we actually start to breathe life into the logo even more. And equally breathe life into your brand. This is how you start to see your brand transforming into all those elements I previously spoke about.
So there we have it. You have now designed your logo in Canva. So there you go. You can now get started with so much more after this. So your logo doesn't have to just stop here. We can now take it on to all your business collateral, all the way through from your printed items to digital items, all the way through to your actual your apparel wear, for example, t-shirts or even tote bags, all that kind of good stuff. It is ready to go and ready to use and ready to launch you even further. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And make sure you leave me a comment to let me know how you got on with this video, because I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to download my guide, which will help you to push forwards even more with it in your businesses, because that's what it's there for. I want you to make sure that you guys boost your brand even further. It's absolutely free. So go ahead, check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.